Small business is about courage, risk-taking, independence, and we small business owners are survivors. Everybody has an idea for a business, but how do you take that idea from mind to market? This is the place to learn.
Small Business School with Hattie Bryant.
It's a new kind of school. Together we'll learn about business from the inside out, from the people who've done it. We'll meet the men and women who are today's pioneers and quiet heroes. Their lives are the textbooks. Our classroom is the world.
Small Business School is made possible by support from IBM. We're not just for big business anymore. At our website, built just for you, discover how technology can move your business forward. When it's your business, everything matters. IBM.
And by Southwestern, providing learning solutions in business and economics. Southwestern is part of the Thompson Corporation.
And the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses. We're where you live your life. We're where you run your business.
Hi, I'm Hattie Bryant, and thanks for joining us here at Small Business School. We're the place to be if you want to learn more about starting, running, and growing a business. Every week we go inside a business, and small business owners show us how they are bringing new products to market, how they hire and inspire people, and more. If you watch regularly, you know Small Business School is a master class. Front and center, you will not find a professor. You will find an experienced small business owner whom you can study up close. Today, you'll meet not one, but two. Texas Nameplate has been in business for over 50 years. One of the founders is with us, and also the man who has taken the company to the next level. We meet them just before they're recognized as the smallest business to receive the Malcolm Baldrige Quality Award. You can tell the products stamped, machined, and etched here are made to last. Texas Nameplate Company produces metal labels and tags, the kinds of identification you see on big products from refrigerators to computers. Located in an industrial neighborhood in Dallas, this is the smallest company ever to win the Texas Quality Award. Today, it's competing for the Baldrige.
I never missed a payment.
Roy Crownover with two partners started the business in 1946.
None of us had any money, so Tommy's, that was one of my business associates. Father-in-law was a doctor, Dr. Knox. So he told us that he said, I'll loan you boys $3,000, $1,000 apiece. Okay. And you pay me back whenever you want to. And of course, it was 30 years before we ever paid him back.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
But we did. We paid Dr. Knox back.
Took you 30 years? Oh, come on. Are you pulling my leg?
No.
Why'd you take so long?
We had our ups and downs. We started out with no operating money.
Right.
And if you ever tried a business without any operating money,
I have.
It's rough. Mm-hmm. So that's what happened to us. We never did have no money.
When you started, were you doing all the tasks? I mean, do you know how to do all the steps
Yes,
that are
ma'am.
Going on back there?
I punched nameplates, I answered the telephone. Sure did the whole 9 yards. We tried everything in the world to make money.
To find a product that you could make that
Yes,
would generate profits. You still had the same two partners?
No, the elder gentleman died, and then Tommy and I, we bought him out. Mm-hmm. We left it 50-50. Mm-hmm. And that is a mistake today.
Okay,
Don't ever end up with a 50-50 business association because you don't have no power from either side. Now, if you're a corporation, you got a little piece of paper over it. That's all you got, is that little piece of paper. If you don't like it, you can stay or you can get out, but you don't take none of the business with you. Mm-hmm. That's a corporation. Well, it's a thing, so partnership is different. So when we come 50-50, then I had to go along and run the shop, and my business associate was 10 years older. Mm-hmm. And we'll see, that put me to, my kid was fixing to go to college. His had already gotten out of college, so he's not aggressive.
All right, he's ready to sort of chill out.
Correct. So what I decided to do, I said, look, I need to buy you out, or you buy me out.
Did you have the business valued
No,
by
ma'am.
some out? You agreed to what the price?
We were on the verge of going bankrupt.
Okay, so there was no value,
No, ma'am.
except maybe some equipment.
That's right.
Roy's son Dale is now president.
I've got to be honest with you and tell you, I think you must have been crazy 20 years ago when you said, I want to take charge of this company. Because from what I learned from your dad, it's never been easy. I mean, what made you want to do this?
As a little boy working down here, I liked the people. They were very sincere with my father, even though my father was having a hard time, but they worked with him even through the hard times. And I just felt like it would be neat to carry on his dream with the people. I felt like I owed them something because they had done a lot, but they had deprived maybe themselves and their family. And when I got involved, it was still a good business, but I felt like we needed to go to another level.
What you did is uncommon. I don't know if you know that or not, but it's uncommon for someone who would have been as young as you were 20 years ago to just say, okay, son, you're now in charge, I'm backing off. Explain to me why you did that.
Because from the partnership relation, there's two of us. When I'd say something, the other man would say something. The other man would say something, and I would say something. And you cannot run a successful business with two partners, only one.
Okay.
And that way the people that you hire and you work, they respect you for what you say, what you do, not two people, one person. Designate the people below you to be the second, third, and fourth, not you.
Okay.
And that's whenever Dale took the power. You got to ramrod it. And I have told many, many people today, you only need one boss. You work at it hard, and you'll have people that'll follow you, and you be good to these people.
What do you mean? You work at it hard and you'll have people who follow you.
You be a good leader. You be a good leader. Don't just be a old demander, you go do this and that. Be a good leader to these people. If they do a good job, compliment these people on this job. If you make more money, give these people a little piece of the pie. I've had to cut wages only one time. That was the hardest thing I ever had to do, was to cut wages. But everybody understood. And it was about 2 years before we could ever come back up on those wages. And that's whenever I bought out my partner. But we had to get it in here.
You had that cash crunch because you were making those payments to the partner. So you're able to say to the employees, this is a short time frame.
We're
in a crunch.
We was in a crunch, that's right. So we had to.
Did you ever have to lay anybody off then? Or?
No, ma'am. No, we never did.
Because one of your goals from the beginning was to have security for people.
Security for people. My employees, yeah, they've always been right up there.
Okay.
Until the day that they are.
Okay.
But always keep your operating money above if you possibly can.
Okay, so you self-finance everything internally.
Yeah.
That's his nameplate,
The
self-finance.
only reason why that I've ever gone back to the banks is because I feel like I needed the relation in case a hard time comes.
Right.
Because I worked with paper for all those years. They made the money. The bank made more money than I made.
Right.
So that was an experience. That was an experience. If you ever get involved with a paper, it's rough to get out.
Right.
So now when you get your money and you go buy something, sure, go ahead and finance it to the bank. But you don't have to. So now you go to the banker, you go to the always keep in contact with the banker and say, look, prime is so much. Say prime is 6%. I'd like to borrow this and pay you back so many $1,000 every 90 days at prime rate. Don't let the banker tell you what he has to have. Tell him what you want to do.
Wow, I like this advice.
Sure. If you've got the money in the bank and he knows you got the money in the bank, then he's no dummy.
This is good.
He can make 6%.
Right.
So why wouldn't he loan it to you?
Absolutely.
And it works.
And then there's quality. Dale explains many small businesses don't take time to participate in quality awards programs. But for Texas Nameplate, it's been a great return on investment.
So when you came in, today you're almost $4 million in sales. Where were you all?
We were probably about $2 million, a little over $2 million.
So you've doubled it.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have not had to double the employee number.
No, ma'am. Right now, I think statistically, we're doing about 30% more work with 30% fewer people. But it's really because we have shared our vision and we've tried to incorporate their philosophies as well. We want their input, their ideas, how we as a team can grow. And I remember making them a promise that I would make sure that they would benefit, that they would prosper. But the deal was that we had to work together. That the company obviously had to prosper first. And I think I have a good relation with the people. But that's what I've tried to portray. That they want to be treated fairly, and they want to be a part of something. And we're very big on that. We like to recognize them, let them know they're doing a good job, and they are. It was about 5 years ago that a major customer of ours asked us to get involved with quality. And I remember distinctly that I told them we already had a quality program, that, you know, obviously you can't stay in business without a good quality product. And it was statistical process control that he was encouraging us that we could reduce our defect rate. And I didn't really, I'm not gonna say I didn't believe him, but I didn't think that it was applicable for us, nor could we afford it. And I remember telling him distinctly, I said the price of the nameplate might triple if we have to go through this process. And I remember him saying that we never said we wouldn't pay the triple. We just want a defect-free part on
Now,
time.
who was this customer? Do you mind saying who
It was Lockheed, what used to be General Dynamics.
Right, Lockheed.
Yeah, and they mandated us to get involved with this quality, and if we did not, they would cut us off. And I personally got involved in the process, and I was the first one to go to the class. We did it all internally, and I liked what I saw. And through all the years I had been down here, I knew that we were making a lot of defect parts, but
You just have to throw them away.
Yeah,
So
but-
it's lost dollars.
and as a manufacturer, too many manufacturers think, well, that's just a part of doing business. That we address this, that no, we need to start looking at the front end. What do we need to do to assure that we can get this product not only right the first time, but maybe be more profitable, and maybe we don't have to keep having the price increases. I still think a lot of companies to this day have price increases because they do not look internally at what their price and nonconformances are. What you throw away, somebody has to pay for it. Price increases is a way you offset it. And I remember going to the bookstore, and all I could see were these great big, the Lee Iacocca, the big story guys. I couldn't find one on small businesses, and I got kind of intimidated that it was almost like a small business couldn't do it. So I would almost determine that maybe we could do it, but we're going to do it our way. And we did it internally ourselves. We went to the training ourselves, and we spent endless hours training our people how to identify their processes, and we wanted them to tell us what we need to do for them to do it better.
I made a Paducah on it.
What's
That's
a
the
Paducah?
plan, do, act, and check.
Plan,
It's a
do,
Paducah.
act, and check.
Plan, do, act, and check.
Paducah.
Okay, so what
Plan,
I've
do,
done to
act.
this here, like in this department here, what I did to make us find a film
so you can
loan,
find them faster.
we can find them faster, and I put this number on there. Okay, we go from A to B. We put 100 films in A, 100 films in B, and therefore that means that it would take less time to look up a film where it normally would take us like from 20 to 30 minutes, and so now sometimes we can look up a film in less than 15 seconds.
And you came up with the idea.
And I come up with the idea.
Smart. That's
so-
why you're still here.
Yeah, that's why I've been here for 30
Our rejects started decreasing, our on-time delivery started increasing, morale started picking up because we got the people involved with these processes you were talking about. We learned in our processes what your upper and lower limit. And as you do something, make sure it's in this limit. And if it is not, it's okay, but stop the process. Don't wait till it gets to the customer to find out that you did something wrong.
And so this is what you're not happy with because it has bumps.
Right,
It's
just got the rigid texture.
Did you have a customer complain?
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
But you think they might.
We think they may, so we're going to rerun it on a different type of material.
When you say, I think this is going to be a problem, that must really impress them.
It does. They are impressed that we are concerned about the product that we're making for them. And if we see any way that we can improve it, they're very interested and appreciative of that fact.
It's a lot of information that he gives to me and vice versa, so that we can make sure we get the proper information down so that these people in the shop can make the part right the first time.
So going through the process is a lot of effort But has it been worth it?
It's definitely been worth it. Of course, our business has increased. But what we've also found through all of our measuring techniques that we've done through this journey, that it has improved our processes, which has made our product a better product.
So it's a fun place to be if you're always getting better, right?
Definitely. And it's kind of unique to work at a place that the customers are so satisfied and overwhelmed with what we're trying to do for them.
I hate to admit it, but I got concerned about the future. Very competitive. The nameplate industry, anything is very competitive, and I knew that we had to do something. I was concerned with my education, my background. I think that somebody was going to overtake us. I got involved with a business plan. I need to look at a lot of factors, and when I got involved with this quality thing, it was something that I felt like that even I could understand, and it was exciting, and it dealt with people, and I knew we had good people. I knew I could portray this image to them. The criteria which we have applied with our people is you don't focus on results. A lot of people want to jump into results. We look at approach and we look at your deployment. If you work on the right approach and you execute that properly, you will get the results.
So it's almost like saying, don't look at this, look at this, and make this right.
That's what happens. You will see, even in our process of making nameplates, when it gets to the final, to the shipping, we do not have to inspect them. They actually just weigh them, because the process, as you said, has been in control. Because we looked at it on the front end, our approach on every process has been fully executed, and we know we have the result. Customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction. You have to have both. We survey through third party both our customers and our employees. It seemed like a lot of our people felt like we were not communicating properly. And as a result of that, at a local consortium, Hogan Institute, we're sending a lot of our people to a 4-day training on effective listening skills. In fact, even myself, I'm going. Well, I hate to admit it, but that was one of my biggest problems.
All the employees were, he doesn't listen.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, in a guy in my position, you tend to not listen to people. And I'm trying, I'm learning that you need to listen. You can learn a lot from these people.
I want to commend everybody on another
Each month,
great in
this company
February.
has a meeting.
On everybody's
Everyone
efforts.
attends.
It was an excellent month again.
Our monthly meetings, we've started about 2.5 years ago. We have never missed a meeting.
If you get a product and it's up to you to process it and turn it to your next department, if that product does not meet your requirements, we need you to stop. Okay, we need you to stop it. Need you to call me, need to call your supervisor or whoever, and we need to go back and we need to address what it takes to get that part out properly.
For a small business like us to shut down for 45 minutes to an hour, it is a very big expense. But I've never complained about it because it's very worthy. It does a lot for the people. You go around these people and they feel like they're a part of the process.
Dale says at Texas Nameplate they have 7 business drivers: customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, process optimization, environmental consciousness, controlled growth, fair profit, and external interface. Yes, Dale is working on all 7, but he insists that if they focus on customer satisfaction and employee satisfaction, the others will happen. Keep in mind, this is a small company. To work on the employee satisfaction and customer satisfaction drivers, Dale regularly hires outside consultants to gather information. The employees told him in this gathering of information that they wanted more communication, so he instigated a monthly employee meeting. Dale says at Texas Nameplate, it's not the product, it's not the equipment, it's not the technology, it's the people. At smallbusinessschool.org, there is self-help study for people who want to start a business and for those who want to grow the business they have. From the home page, choose Pathways to Self-Study. Next, you'll find 8 steps or stages of growth. At each step, you'll find links to more resources. Also, in the video box for online learning, you can always watch a current episode and you can experience an interactive study guide. Texas Nameplate is not a slick-looking high-tech place. It is manufacturing with all the rough edges, some heavy equipment, dirty hands, and messy processes. But underneath all this, we find a futuristic computer, a server. An AS400 tracks every aspect of the process, from sales to orders to pre-production to scheduling to metal cutting and accounting. Employees tap in.
It's basically our brain down there. We tie it into all of our processes throughout each of our departments. We have a terminal that, for customer satisfaction and customer service, they can key in at any time.
That's the ticket number, 53895. I make sure that's the right ticket number.
There's something about Texas Nameplate that makes people fall in love. So you met David here.
Yes, I did. And we now have 2 little girls. We met here. We've been married almost 18 years.
You met here too? What's in the water? What do you think? Is it just like a friendly atmosphere? How does this happen? Does this nurture love?
That we're here so much.
I've never been in a company to where there are so many couples. You know, Dale gives everybody the opportunity. He stresses education. He stresses that so much. And he never stands in the way of anybody want to do something different.
We were going to spend money doing something. You know, unfortunately, we're all like that. You're always going to watch your expenses. But what we were doing, we were spending money on defect parts. So let's curtail our defect parts, save that money, and let's train our people. 48 years ago, there was a guy down here that I felt like started toward a goal, get his diploma, high school diploma. I'd like to recognize Goose.
We started in on this because of the classes. We had a few classes up here on Saturday. I didn't really know how much I wanted to get this until it got right down to the end and ready to get it. And I guess I really always wanted to get out of school before I was 60 years old, which I will be in December.
You be a good leader. You be a good leader. Don't just be a old demander. You go do this and that. Be a good leader to these people. If they do a good job, compliment these people in this job. If you make more money, give these people a little piece of the pie.
In other words,
raise the salaries a little bit.
Don't be greedy.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Spread it around a little bit and let people have a little, like it's a little bit of theirs. There may not be none of it. Let them feel at home. It's theirs. Let them work for this. And the more we make, you know, more everybody gets. And that's said all the time, but share it.
Right.
Don't just keep it inside of you or say, well, it's in the books. Share it.
What advice would you give someone who's going to start a business?
I hope you have a lot of money. I hope you have a lot of savings. Hope you have a lot of desire, a lot of commitment. Hope you can recognize that things don't always work the way that you write them out. I mean, of course, we know that, but in business, it's reality. Even at 50 years, there's big decisions that my father and I even make to this day that you're always concerned about the repercussions of it. To be successful, it is a journey, and it's a journey that you'll never get to the finish line. And that's even what we're doing now. Each day is really a journey. If you ever think that you're at the finish line, you have real bad problems because you'll never get there. You'll never get there. So it is a journey. Every day is a journey. We tell our people it's a journey. And if we ever do get to what we consider a finish line, we're going to go find another one, and we're just going to keep on. If we were to win the Baldridge, that's usually the ultimate, but we're going to go for another one. We're going to keep driving ourselves, our people, on this journey.
You realize Texas Nameplate is a very special place to be. Amazing things have happened at Texas Nameplate since we were there. Dale got his college degree. They became the smallest company ever to win the Malcolm Baldrige Award. Dale wrote a book about his journey to the Baldrige, and sales have tripled. They were early to the web and grabbed Nameplate.com, and the driving force for web functionality is customer service. Remember, Dale says it's not the product, it's not the equipment, it's not the technology, it's the people. See you next time.
Small Business School is made possible by support from IBM. We're not just for big business anymore. At our website, built just for you, discover how technology can move your business forward. When it's your business, everything matters. IBM. And the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses.
If you want to learn more about starting, running, and growing a business, come to our website, smallbusinessschool.org. There's streaming video and interactive study guides. The only way we can compete with big business is to be faster, smarter, and better. We are the engine of the American economy. We create the jobs. Small business is about big commitment. It's about sacrifice and struggle. But we do it because we say, if I don't do this, my life won't be complete.